Welcome, and I am Andy Murray, and you are watching Least Political. If this is the first time you're tuning in, I'm very, very new, and I consider myself very much an everyman. Just FYI, Republicans love to cite George Soros as being behind everything that they dislike about the Democratic Party, especially when it refers to moolah. Early in the day, I saw on another YouTube channel, please forgive me for not remembering exactly the one, saw that Donald Trump claimed in one of his truth tweets that if he were to give up his presidential election aspirations, that George Soros would immediately call all these prosecutors around the nation, and Trump implied that his legal problems would just magically disappear because this is all a politically related witch hunt. I'm a little dubious, but no one's above the law, right? That's what we want. We're a country of laws. I don't want some guy named George Soros being able to pick up the phone and affect something like this. And I know there's a lot of Republicans picking up the phones now, but to no avail. Why would George Soros be any different? That being said, I have to admit, I may have taken Trump at his word, believing he would be arrested on Tuesday, and evidently his arrest will not be until Wednesday. Perhaps they originally wanted Tuesday, but as soon as Trump announced it, it would be Tuesday calling for protests. No, he wouldn't do that. He learned his lesson. Listen to this Trump truth tweet. So he has Truth Central, and then there's tweeting, and Truth is just like, or is it Truth Social? Truth Central. But the truth tweet is in all caps. Donald Trump wrote, quote, "It's time. We just can't allow this anymore. They're killing our nation as we sit back and watch. We must save America. Protest, protest, protest." End quote. Ugh. Has this man not learned his lesson? I feel this seems suspiciously close to what he did on January 6th when he encouraged his supporters to come to Washington for a rally, adding, quote, "It will be wild." Do you agree? I mean, sometimes a spade is a spade, right? I really want to believe that this man is so transparent that nobody wants to get their life changed or be a part of his protest. If they get arrested, Donald Trump's not going to help them. He didn't help anyone before. He had all that money he raised where he could spend 90% of each dollar on whatever he wanted. And he didn't do it for a single January 6th defendant. That's crazy talk. And it's incredibly dismissive of those people whose lives were genuinely disrupted, regardless of their culpability. I mean, they face consequences, especially the ones that went into the Capitol. To any Republican out there, I bet you've been proud to be a Republican. 10 years, 15 years. Could you have imagined that a president would go as far as this? Oh, man, I mean, just entering the Capitol itself, if someone would have told you that thousands of protesters violently entered the Capitol in order to impede a routine, normal, yet smooth transition of power between leaders, you would not have believed them. You would not have believed your party was capable of this. You believed your party had more pragmatism. I think it does. And they were more highly educated. I don't have any information on that, but there was a general sense that Republicans tended to be more affluent, more money savvy. You would not have believed it possible, or that you would support someone who acted like Donald Trump. You just wouldn't. Your mother wouldn't. Your grandmother wouldn't. They had standards, but yet they did. How did we get here? Well, okay, that's a whole series. These days, when they do polls, they're specifically showing us with the results the educational level of those polled, high school or below, is a demographic that tends to love Donald Trump. There has to be some sort of theory about why this is. I don't know it. If you know it, please comment below. Give me a link. I don't know. Back to our boy, the big orange boy. Trump is claiming he did nothing wrong, and anyway, even if he did, they can't do anything about it. Quote, they are many years behind the statute of limitations, which in this instance is 2 years. More importantly, there was no crime, end quote. Regardless of your opinion on Stormy Daniels personally, Trump sleeping with her specifically is optically not the greatest look. Stormy Daniels was a stripper and a very successful adult film actress, aka naked movies. I don't know. Everyone knows what that is, right? I don't know if you can say the P-O-R on YouTube. Maybe I should look up a list of words I shouldn't say. I digress. Can you imagine people around the world are talking about the former American president getting indicted and arrested? And honestly, I think he's going to be fingerprinted and everything. Rumors coming out of Mar-a-Lago say he's very distressed about this. He released several videos where he was probably the darkest orange he's ever been. I'm not sure, but it's real dark. And maybe that is indicative of his stress level. Maybe he feels that being more orange is something he can control, as opposed to the Manhattan DA, which he can't control. However, he can control his orange. This is not normal. Not so. Tangent again. My apologies. Sorry. Just so much to say, and my words are always mixed with a incredible dose of incredulity because the reality is real, and this is the United States of America. This craziness boggles my mind. Again, I apologize. People around the world are talking about the former president of the United States being arrested for having 2 minutes of sex or less with a stripper and adult film actress. Happened in 2006 in Las Vegas. There's the entire hush money thing. Michael Cohen going to jail. Sure. But if Donald Trump gets arrested, he's getting arrested for boinking a boinking a stripper, an adult fish. Oh, now I'm frazzled. If he's going to get indicted or go to jail, arrested, it's for boinking a stripper, an adult film actress. Can you imagine how people are mocking him all over the world? Honestly, it's tawdry and embarrassing. We get used to all this from Donald Trump, our Republican Party chicanery. This is not normal. It's just gross and makes us look foolish for ever electing this guy. Maybe him freaking out is indicative of his current mental health state. He is posting a ton of things in all caps. It does denote a different level of confidence or lack thereof. For example, listen to this. Trump truth tweeted, quote, "Can you imagine the great New York City Police Department having to defund and protect the defunders and cop haters of the radical left that want to put their greatest champion and friend in prison for a crime," end quote. And FYI, the New York City defensive measures have already started. Lots of cameras are going up around the courthouses. I heard plural courthouses. I don't know. They want to make sure if there's violence, there will be repercussions. It's a good idea. Personally, I'd think twice or more, especially after the January 6 cases. Not one defendant has successfully defended what they did on January 6th. Not that they all went to jail, but 100% have pleaded guilty or been convicted. Again, that did not always include jail time, but there was some sort of repercussion. That's an intimidating number, 100%. Can't get much higher than that. My point is Trump might not be having his special day tomorrow on Tuesday. However, I can say that the Manhattan DA's office, in conjunction with multiple state and federal officers, are trying to keep everyone safe because safety is not even on the mind of Donald Trump. He just wants his nameless, faceless protesters. However, if you're one of them, could you dress a little better than you did last time? He feels that you looked a little low class. Well, these things have been reported that he said. It's so insulting. It was cold that day. Well, anyway, thank you. If you've made it to this sentence, I appreciate it greatly. I think I really thought I'd get 10 followers within a short amount of time. That hasn't happened. Have mercy on me because I need mercy. Please subscribe, ring the bell, like, and thank you for watching. Now that no one's here, I just want to mention that, yes, Donald Trump is seemingly the orangish, not a word, most orange. Okay. I don't think I've mentioned this in other videos, but I've actually worked in newsrooms and TV networks. I met another orange person, and it just so happens that I know he and Donald Trump knew each other. 100%. I've probably seen them on TV together. They're both New York City lovers. Okay, I didn't actually know this guy, but within a work environment, I did speak with him face to face multiple times. Regis Philbin was very orange. The first time I saw him, I looked up from my desk and I was taken aback by how different of a color he looked. Delightful man. But which orange came first? Donald Trump or Regis Philbin? Do you think they were New York buddies and one of them said to the other, "Hey, see how orange I am? You look great orange too." I have no clue. But that's funny. I just don't get why most Americans don't look at this man and think that it's a very odd shade of skin he's choosing. It's not like my Glenn Kirshner Justice is a Team Sport shirt where I pick this. That's normal. I'm wearing a normal shirt, albeit of another YouTuber, but I'm very much respectful of him. I watch all his videos. That's normal. Painting yourself deep orange is really strange. I wonder how orange he looks in real life. Because I'm not sure Regis looked orange on TV. If you made it here, I guess, comment below, or you can even email me how horrible I am for this. My email is ANDI@leastpolitical.com. Bye-bye.